Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Monday the 27th of April. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Looking at the euro dollar first, and as you see Friday we're running, well, we're about 5 pips short of the daily 50 moving average. This could continue. We've at the moment just bouncing off, it looks like just short of the 4 hourly lower band there, the 8 moving average once again. I say it could continue. There's obviously a caveat, and as ever, we've got the weekly pivot below us, and so often these are hit relatively quickly. As you can see, last week it came back in the first day, so I will always watch out for these to see if they get hit quite quickly. However, trend wise, we're certainly looking like we're pushing to the upside there. Looking from an hourly perspective, and let's just refresh this chart. There we go. Daily pivot already hit, and continuation could see us breaking the daily 50 moving average and running up towards that tail one at 1.09. So getting gradually back to that 1.1 sort of area maybe. So just watching for that. At the moment, support resistance wise, I mean, you can probably start drawing lines across here in terms of this sort of the key pivotal areas this morning. I'd rather see a bit more time going on this for any sort of break here, but really looking for a break of those highs there potentially. I would imagine there'll be a lot of people waiting for a break of those highs, though. I'm not too sure how safe it would be in terms of initial trade off that, but watching for that break of the highs at 1.0879, somewhere around that area. Also, if it does break down this morning, I'll just look at that lower trend, but there's sort of key areas to be watching for. We'll wait for a break and a retrace to play any long positions to the upside. Cable then. There's no significant news, I should say, today as I'm doing this video. Now, the cable, it broke its 100 and it's 50 rather. It run right into the 100 there and closed pretty high. This is triggering for me a long side anyway, really. If we see a break of Friday's highs properly, we could be pushing on some more. It's from a daily perspective now. Let's just pull this out a little bit and see where the potential resistance and targets are. I mean, we passed that 1.5 area quite clearly. Now it sort of I mean, we're sitting at 1.517 area now, and it could push back to towards the 1.54 area. Yeah, now we have got obviously the political situation in the UK to be determined, but at this juncture, with the euro running up and the pound, the sort of news coming out of America, not particularly bullish. Any of it is still looking quite weak. As I say, we'll see sort of more of a move up. Now, this week we do have the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, I believe it is, and that could make yet another key sort of day in terms of trading. Let me just check. Yep, definitely Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the evening. So that we could see the markets moving around for that, and we've also got the advanced GDP that day as well. So it's the first GDP reading in the UK. We've got the first GDP reading tomorrow. So some sort of key figures that can move these European currencies, as well as obviously the US dollar. Right, okay, moving on then, looking at the shorter time frames for cable. Need to refresh this again. So have the potential of it pulling back from where it is at the moment to 151.20 22 33 even area. There's the daily pivot below us there at the moment. So if it does pull back, it's sort of a target area. I'm not too sure how good these trend. I mean, I can't be. It's difficult to draw a trend on the 7 o'clock candle when it's not finished. But we got the highs up here, and it's sort of the pivotal points. It sort of seem to be either a break of those highs, but again being very careful, waiting for a break and a retrace of those. we could just get a false breakout there this morning. Alternatively, really this 21 as a 21 moving average I've got running across there, and I'm more likely to be looking for the break of that towards the downside rather than this very dodgily drawn trend line, which is sitting on an open candle, which you can't really do or shouldn't do. Okay, that's cable. So looking for the potential on that. I mean, overall, it's starting to look quite bullish with both these currencies. We're above the daily 50s now as a sort of key line in the sand. The only thing I would say is that if you look at the daily 50, it's still pointing downwards, maybe flattening a bit, but it is still heading a bit southwards there. So it's just something to bear in mind. Likewise, I think the euro has got. Let's just bring back to the daily 50 and see where we are. Yeah, still pointing south. So just to be aware of that, it could stem some of the sort of progress. So dollar yen has also benefited from this sort of move to the downside here, and so the yen itself strengthening against the dollar, and again coming back to these prior lows here. So in the area of, certainly there's some demand down that sort of area at the moment, holding it up. So and it's just pulling back towards its weekly pivot, etc. It's not a currency I've been trading for a while, just purely on its choppiness, and I'd rather be trading something which is a clearer chart. I mean, these daily candles overall, there's no significant trend. There's certainly a range, and there is a head and shoulders sitting there. If you draw it out there, even there. So the head and shoulders. So a break of this neckline could see us moving down, and this may be triggered this week with the FOMC report, but let's not second guess it and just trade what we see. Right, so here's a chance here for the yen just to push up a bit higher here towards the daily pivot at least yet. So that's in the short term. If we do see it start breaking down, would be looking at the S1 area. There's some prior lows back here at 118.56. So there's a sort of couple of targets there for where it may run to. At the moment, just if we need to draw a trend line on here, it's difficult because as with the euro, we're sort of sitting, or the pound, we're sitting there on a live candle there, but looking at those sort of areas for a sell-off. Okay, and finally the Aussie dollar. This has chopped itself in over a week or so, or a couple of weeks, sitting in a relative tight range again. Looks like it could again break out of these prior highs here, but you can get a bit of distance and start pushing up. That would be moving it. I mean, there's further resistance around about the 79 area. If you look at, we've got the weekly pivot below us at the moment. It may just want to come back to that, although it is just air kissed again. The 4-hourly bottom band there, 8 moving average, just around about the same area. It's just sort of having a bit of a bounce off that. Short term, let me just refresh this. Everything seems to need refreshing today. There we go. It has not quite got the daily pivot yet. Also weekly pivot below it. So really sort of pivotal areas today. It breaks the highs here. We have got a proper low there, although, well, maybe if it breaks those lows, we're looking down towards the daily pivot. It has held on. The range has been slightly tighter than some currencies, so I haven't been trading it so much or looking to trade it so much. But certainly a breakout the highs here could see us running into the 78.50 area, maybe a bit beyond. Let's just come back to the dailies. Look, if we've got plenty of clear resistance until, I mean, if you look at the top of the bodies of these previous candles on the dailies here is about 78.75, and then we've got the daily 100 at 78.88. So it's just a couple of areas to watch for. So 78.50 would be a good target area if we see a break of these highs here. Okay, that's it for me. As I say, no significant news out this morning, but plenty coming this week. So we'll see how the week plays out, but hopefully it'll be a great one. Bye for now.